Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture series on leadership, and in today's lecture we will be covering skills approach. Now, the skill approach is a leader-centered perspective that primarily focuses on the competencies of a leader. It is best represented by the early work of Katz on three-skill approach. And of course, the recent work of Mumford and his colleagues who initiated the development of the comprehensive skill model of leadership is indeed worth considering. Now, in the three-skill approach, we basically focus on the effective leadership. Now, the effective leadership depends on the three basic personal skills, which are technical, human, and conceptual. Now, there's no doubt that all these three skills are very important for leaders. However, the importance of each skill varies between management levels. And as you can see in this diagram, it will be a little bit more clear for you that at the lower management level, technical and human skills are very important. Now, moving a little bit up, and when we consider the middle managers, the three different skills are equally important. And at upper management level, conceptual and human skills are most important, and technical skills become less important. Now, leaders are more effective when their skills match their management level. I'll again repeat that as far as the skill approach is concerned, the skill approach is a leader-centered perspective that primarily focuses on the competencies of a leader. Now, in the 1990s, the skill model was developed to explain the capabilities that make effective leadership possible. When we are talking about capabilities, we are basically referring to knowledge and skills. So again, going back to the point that in the 1990s, the skill model was developed to explain the knowledge and skills that can make effective leadership possible. Now, far more complex than the Katz paradigm, the model that was presented by Mumford and his colleagues comprised of 5 components of effective leaders' performance. Now, as you can see in the diagram, we have competencies, we have individual attributes, we have leadership outcomes, career experience, and environmental influences. Now, the leader competencies at the heart of the model are problem-solving skills, all right, social judgmental skills, and then you have the knowledge, all right? Now, these competencies are directly affected by the leader's individual attributes, which includes the leader's general cognitive ability, crystallized cognitive ability, motivation, and personality. Now, the leader's competencies are also affected by his or her career experience, and of course, the environment in which he or she is operating. Now, the model that we have right in front postulates that effective problem solving and performance can be explained by the leader's basic competencies, and these competencies are in turn, affected by leaders' attributes, experience, and environment. Now, of course, there are several strengths in conceptualizing leadership from a skill perspective. First, it is a leader-centered model that stresses the importance of the leader's ability, and it places learned skills at the center of effective leader performance. Number 2, the skills approach describes leadership in such a way that it makes it available to everyone. Skills are competencies that we all can learn to develop and improve. Number 3, the skill approach provides a sophisticated map that explains how effective leadership performance can be achieved. Now, based on the model, researchers can further develop complex plans for studying the leadership process. Last, this approach provides a structure for leadership education and development programs that include creative problem solving, conflict resolution, listening, and teamwork. Now, in addition to the positive features, there are some negative sides for the same approach, which is skill approach. I mean, there are some criticisms that we see. Now, First, the breadth of the model seems to be extended beyond the boundaries of leadership, including, for example, conflict management, critical thinking, motivation theory, and personality theory. Number two, the skill model is weak in predictive value. It does not explain how a person's competencies lead to effective leadership performance. Number three, the skill model claims not to be a trait approach. Nevertheless, individual traits such as cognitive abilities, motivation, and personality play a large role in the overall model. If you can see this, I mean, you can see why we are criticizing. And if you look at the final point, we can say that the skills model is weak in general application because it was constructed using data only from the military personnel. Now, until the model has been tested with other populations, such as small and large organizations and businesses, its basic tenets must still be questioned. So, guys, this was a very brief overview of skills approach, and I hope that you can go through the chapter once again, and if there are any questions or queries, please feel free to ask. Thank you.